The House will come to order. The invocation today will be given by the Honorable Brenda Carter, State Representative from the 53rd District. Will members, staff, and guests in the gallery please rise?
Heavenly Father, we come before you with gratitude and humility, thanking you for the privilege of serving the people of Michigan. Lord, we lift up the 103rd House of Representatives. Guide our hearts and minds as we step into this season of leadership, collaboration, and service. Father, your words declare, how good and pleasant is it when God's people live together in unity. Psalms 133:1. May this house be a testament to the beauty and unity as we serve together to make decisions that honor you and benefit the people we serve. Grant wisdom to our colleagues, as James 1:5 reminds us. If any of you lack wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you. Bless our efforts and insights and discernment, so we may navigate challenges with courage and clarity. Lord, let us embody the spirit of service that Christ modeled, as Mark 10:45 teaches. The Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve. Inspire us to prioritize the needs of the vulnerable, the voiceless, and the marginalized. May our deliberations reflect fairness and compassion, bringing peace and prosperity to all. As we seek to overcome differences, may we hold tightly to Ephesians 4:3, striving to make every effort to keep the unity of the Spirit through the bond of peace. Let our actions reflect humility, patience, and love, shining as the light for all to see. Lord, protect us from discouragement. Strengthen us with the assurance found in Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am you. Do not dismay, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. We may entrust this legislative body into your hands, asking your presence to dwell richly among us. Bless our work, and may our efforts be fruitful for generations to come. In Jesus' name we pray, amen. Thank you.
The clerk will open the board for the purpose of taking attendance. The board is now open. Members, you may check in at your desk. Channel 19 WZMQ out of Marquette has permission to record today's session. Channel 9 and 10 WWTV out of Cadillac has permission to record today's session. Michigan Advance out of Lansing has permission to record today's session. Speaker recognizes Minority Floor Leader Fitzgerald.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Move to excuse Representatives Arbit, Kofia, and Whitsett.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce today's attendance.
Madam Speaker, a quorum of the House is present. There are no members absent with prior excuse.
Will members, staff, and guests in the gallery please rise and join me now in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Members, we've got a colleague wishing to address the body. Please give her your attention. Speaker recognizes Representative Warts.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues and guests, I'm honored to welcome Katie Carpenter here as my guest today on the House floor. Katie spent several years of her life in my district. Her parents and grandparents also grew up in Branch and Hillsdale counties. In fact, Katie and my children share the same great-grandparents. Katie's here today as my guest to bring light to that February is Turner Syndrome Awareness Month. Turner syndrome is a random chromosomal disorder affecting approximately 2 million women, and Katie is one of them. Despite the challenges Katie has faced in her life, heart conditions which have required surgery, she has been able to grow up in the care of a loving home and go on to live a beautiful and successful life. Please join me in welcoming Katie and her parents, Eric and Jen Carpenter, and her brother Mason, who are in the gallery today as well.
Will the guests of Representative Warts please rise and welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. Colleagues, we've got a member wishing to address our body. Please give her your attention. For the purposes of a special introduction, Speaker recognizes Representative Carter.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Today I have a very, very special guest, someone I've known for a very, very, very long time, and most of the people know my special guest, but to those who do not know him, I'm pleased to have former City Councilman Emeritus Randy Carter with us today.
Will the special guest of Representative Carter please rise and welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purpose of a special introduction, the Speaker recognizes Representative Thompson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I have with me today a constituent from the city of Flat Rock who is also a student at Grand Valley.
Colleagues, please give our member, our representative, your attention. Speaker recognizes Representative Thompson.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Today I have with me a constituent all the way from the city of Flat Rock who is also a student at Grand Valley University, Noah Mullins.
Will the special guest of Representative Thompson please rise? Welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purpose of a special introduction, Speaker recognizes Representative Breen.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Colleagues, I have up there a whole bunch of kids from Village Oaks Elementary in Novi, along with their amazing parents. They are just visiting us for the day.
Will the special guest of Representative Breen please rise and welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purposes of a staff farewell, the Speaker recognizes Representative Farhat.
Thank you, Madam Speaker, for the time today. I have with me my staffer, my legislative director, Dylan Gebhardt, who for the past year has diligently helped me assist the residents of the 3rd House District and successfully get several PAs bipartisanly done out of this chamber and to the governor's desk. Dylan started with me after coming from Majority Floor Leader Ayash's office, where he quickly picked up where Taylor, my former LD, left off and hit the ground running. He did a great job assisting constituents, writing policy that changes the lives of folks in our state, and was always willing to go the extra mile for the residents that we represented and served. Dylan's going to be greatly missed in our office, and he leaves a void that I hope we're quickly able to fill. But he did a great job, and he's going to be sincerely missed. I hope my colleagues can join me in thanking him for his service to this chamber, and hopefully we see more of Dylan around soon.
Colleagues, please join me in thanking Dylan for his service to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purposes of a special introduction, the chair recognizes Representative Wolford.
We good? Let it be known with shared commitment to the noble ideas of our country that we join today to celebrate my guest, Bobby Bright. As a loyal and unselfish individual, is honored with the Livingston County Veterans Council Veteran of the Year Award. As members and friends, we gather here to commend this patriotic man. We proudly add our thanks and our contributions as he continues to make and keeping alive our cherished liberties. Throughout his remarkable military career, Bobby Bright served with distinction in the United States Army from 1990 to 1996, and rejoining the reserves after tragic events at September 11, 2001, he returned to active duty. He is Army Reserve in the 2023 and has had a total of 26 years in dedicated service. During his time in uniform, he volunteered for and was accepted into the Long Range Recon Detachment Airborne, served as dismount infantry Bradley crewman and a commander, and as instructor at the infantry school at Fort Benning. He further contributed as a member of a drill instructor unit at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, and he has served as senior drill instructor in a 6-man mobile training team preparing units for deployment in Iraq and Afghanistan. He has led soldiers as an infantry platoon leader during Operation Iraqi Freedom in 2004 and 2005, earning the Bronze Medal of Honor and the Combat Infantry Badge. Bobby Bright is an outstanding example of the kind of person who is not content to sit idly by while others take action. Through his work, he has made it clear that we have opportunities each and every day to put our love of country to good use in helping out our fellow citizens. We all benefit from the patriotism of Bobby Bright. Please welcome Bobby Bright and my additional military veterans, Taryn Fry and David Lorraine. Thank you.
Will the special guest of Representative Wolford please rise? Welcome to the Michigan House of Representatives. For the purposes of a tribute presentation, the Speaker recognizes Representative Steele.
Thank you, Madam. Today I would like to welcome Maya Smith and his family that are here today at the Capitol. We have his mother and his grandparents in the gallery, and I have Maya sitting by my desk over there. Myas is an 11th grader, and he goes to Bloomfield Hills High School. And today we're going to pay special tribute to him for his active volunteerism for the Young Citizens Academy.
Colleagues, please join me in welcoming Representative Steele's guest to the House of Representatives. Speaker recognizes Representative Steele.
Thank you, Madam. So today, I would like to pay special tribute to Maya Smith for the Young Citizens Academy, and let it be known with great pleasure that he has done outstanding service to the young community by teaching second grade students all about the civic duties and responsibilities that take place in our community. And so by teaching us young kids, they can help us out further be better stewards of our society and our state. So I just would like to congratulate Myas for his active participation for these young kids in the Young Citizens Academy.
Congratulations. For the purposes of a tribute presentation, the Speaker recognizes Representative Cavett.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, today I am honored to stand before you to recognize a true champion of conservation and community, Curtis Goldsboro. His dedication and perseverance led to the successful efforts to save Cornwall flooding in the Pigeon River State Forest. This vast wilderness, the largest block of undeveloped land in Michigan's Lower Peninsula, was once described by Ernest Hemingway as the Big Wild. In February of 2023, Curtis founded Save Cornwall, a group committed to preserving a beloved landmark, the Cornwall Dam. This dam, deemed by the DNR as needed removal, was at risk of being lost forever. After a 2019 inspection rated it in poor condition and called for immediate action, many feared its fate was sealed. But Curtis saw an opportunity, not an obstacle. Using his background in videography, he brought the issue to the public's attention, rallying support and igniting a movement. Through his efforts, private and public funding was secured, and what once was seemed inevitable, losing Cornwall flooding, was transformed into a victory for outdoor enthusiasts, conservationists, and future generations. Because of Curtis's leadership, this prominent recreational site remains intact, ensuring that the beauty, history, and enjoyment it provides will be preserved for generations to come. Therefore, this tribute is given as a token of gratitude from the Michigan Legislature for all his efforts in helping to preserve our outdoor recreation in northern Michigan.
Colleagues, please join me in welcoming Representative Cavett's special guest to the House of Representatives. Speaker recognizes Representative Cavett.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I have Curtis with me today and his son, Zach, on the House floor.
Thank you. Speaker recognizes Majority Caucus Chair Borton.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Attention, Republican members. We have Republican caucus in the Republican caucus room. Attention, Republican members. We have caucus in the Republican caucus room.
Speaker recognizes Democrat Caucus Chair Young.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Democratic colleagues, we have Democratic caucus in the Democratic caucus room. Democratic caucus in the Democratic caucus room. Thank you.
The House will come to order and proceed to announcements by the Clerk of Printing and Enrollment.
The clerk announced the following bills will be produced and made available electronically on Thursday, February 20th. House Bills 4095 through 4106. Clerk announced the following bills will be produced and made available electronically on Friday, February 21st. Senate Bills 93 through 98. Clerk announced the enrollment, printing, and presentation to the Governor on February 21st for her approval. The following bill. Enrolled House Bill 4002 at 1:30 a.m. The clerk announced the following Senate bills received on Tuesday, February 25th. Senate Bills 27 and 52.
Reports of standing committees.
The Committee on Finance, Representative Tisdale Chair, reported House Bill 4025 without amendment, with recommendation the bill pass.
Bill be referred to the order of second reading of bills.
The Committee on Finance, Representative Tisdale Chair, reported House Bill 4026 without amendment, with recommendation the bill pass.
Bill be referred to the order of second reading of bills.
The Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure, Representative Altman Chair, reported House Bill 4003 without amendment, with recommendation the bill pass.
Bill be referred to the order of second reading of bills.
The Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure, Representative Altman Chair, reported House Bill 4046 without amendment and with recommendation the bill pass.
Bill be referred to the order of second reading of bills. Messages from the Senate.
To the Speaker of the House of Representatives, dear sir, I herewith transmit Senate Bill 27, a bill to amend an act to create certain entities of the Michigan Strategic Fund. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered at first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Economic Competitiveness.
With transmit Senate Bill 52, a bill to amend the Hertel Law Stupshinsky Port Authority Act. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered at a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Transportation and Infrastructure. Notices.
The House Committee on Health Policy will meet Wednesday, February 26th at 9 a.m. in room 519 of the House Office Building. The House Appropriations Subcommittee on State and Local Transportation will meet Wednesday, February 26th at 12 noon, room 307 of the House Office Building. The House Oversight Subcommittee on Homeland Security and Foreign Influence will meet Wednesday, February 26th at 12 noon in room 308 of the House Office Building.
Messages from the Governor.
To the Speaker of the House of Representatives, dear sir, I have approved and signed and this day approved and signed enrolled House Bill 4002, being Public Act Number 2, at 11:40 a.m. on February 21st.
Introduction of bills.
Representative Harris offers House Bill 4107, a bill to amend the revised school code. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to Committee on Government Operations.
Representative Preston offers House Bill 4108, a bill to amend an act to relieve certain persons from civil liability when rendering emergency care. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Health Policy.
Representative Reingans offers House Bill 4109, a bill to amend an act to regulate certain health clubs with respect to potential medical emergencies. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Health Policy.
Representative Menser offers House Bill 4110, a bill to amend the Seller Disclosure Act. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Regulatory Reform.
Representative Van Workum offers House Bill 4111, a bill to amend the General Property Tax Act. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Finance.
Representative Van Workum offers House Bill 4112, a bill to amend the Michigan Economic Growth Authority Act. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Finance.
Representative Steckloff offers House Bill 4113, a bill to amend the Michigan Liquor Control Code of 1998. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Regulatory Reform.
Representative Kuhn offers House Bill 4114, a bill to amend the Michigan Liquor Control Code of 1998. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Regulatory Reform.
Representative Aragona offers House Bill 4115, a bill to amend an act to regulate and license pawnbrokers. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Regulatory Reform.
Representative Liberati offers House Bill 4116, a bill to amend an act to regulate and license pawnbrokers that conduct business in this state. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Regulatory Reform.
Representative Wertz offers House Bill 4117, a bill to amend the Animal Industry Act. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Agriculture.
Representative Schuette offers House Bill 4118, a bill to amend the Drain Code of 1956. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Government Operations.
Representative Frisbee offers House Bill 4119, a bill to amend the General Sales Tax Act. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Finance.
Representative Andrews offers House Bill 4120, a bill to amend the Use Tax Act. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Finance.
Representative O'Neill offers House Bill 4121, a bill to amend the General Property Tax Act. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Government Operations.
Representative Alexander offers House Bill 4122, a bill to amend the Food Law. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Agriculture.
Representative Jenkins Arnold offers House Bill 4123, a bill to amend the Michigan Reconnect Grant Act. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Appropriations.
Representative Wenzel offers House Bill 4124, a bill to amend the Income Tax Act of 1967. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Energy.
Representative McFall offers House Bill 4125, a bill to create a program that awards grants to certain post-secondary schools in the state. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Energy.
Representative Steckloff also offers House Bill 4126, a bill to create a fund for a program that awards grants to certain post-secondary schools in the state. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Energy.
Representative Thompson offers House Bill 4127, a bill to amend an act to provide for the regulation and control of public and certain private utilities. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Energy.
Representative Van Workum offers House Bill 4128, a bill to amend the Income Tax Act of 1967. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Energy.
Representative Andrews offers House Bill 4129, a bill to create a nuclear and hydrogen graduate attraction and retention program to award grants to certain graduates of a post-secondary school. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Bill be considered read a first time by its title and referred to the Committee on Energy. The House will stand at ease. The House come to order and proceed to notices.
To Clerk Scott Starr from Speaker Matt Hall. Dear Mr. Clerk, pursuant to Rule 40, I am referring House Bill 4107 from Government Operations to Health Policy. The House Committee on Energy will meet Tuesday, March 4th at 9 a.m. in room 519 of the House Office Building.
The House will stand at ease.
The House will come to order. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumus.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House proceed to the order of second reading of bills and take up calendar item number 2, House Bill 4052.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 2, House Bill 4052, introduced by Representative Cara, a bill to prohibit members of the legislature from entering into certain non-disclosure agreements. The people of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There are. The clerk will read.
Committee on Government Operations, Representative Bagol, Chair, recommends the adoption of substitute H1.
The question is on the adoption of the substitute. The clerk will open the board. The substitute is adopted. Are there further amendments? There are. The clerk will read.
Representative Morgan offers one amendment identified as Amendment 1A.
Speaker recognizes Representative Morgan.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise today to offer an amendment to tie bar the Senate's Freedom of Information Act bills SBs 1 and 2 to House Bill 4052, which would expand the FOIA to the legislature and the governor's office. We have a clear choice. We can stand for an open, honest government, or we can cling to a system that protects those who fear transparency. While this bill takes an important step in prohibiting non-disclosure agreements for legislators and their staff, true transparency demands that we go further. If we believe in serving the public as public servants, then we should have no problem conducting our work in public. If we are committed to open government, we must not only ban NDAs, but also ensure that legislative actions and deliberations can be subject to public scrutiny. Michigan remains one of the few states where the legislature and the governor's office are exempt from public records requests. Taxpayers deserve to know how their government operates, and FOIA is the tool that guarantees that access. This amendment reinforces our responsibility to be open and transparent and accountable to our constituents. I urge my colleagues to support this amendment along with the legislation and take a meaningful step toward real transparency. Thank you.
The question is on the adoption of the amendment. The clerk will open the board. The amendment is not adopted. Are there further amendments? There being no further amendments, the question before the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumus.
Continuing on the order of second reading of bills, I move that the House take up calendar item number 3, House Bill 4053.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar number 3, House Bill 4053, introduced by Representative Wegela, a bill to provide definitions for the Non-Disclosure Agreement Act. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Speaker recognizes Representative
Menser.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There are amendments. The clerk will read.
Representative Menser offers one amendment identified as Amendment number 1.
Speaker recognizes Representative Menser.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm standing here today to offer an amendment to tie bar House Bill 4053 to Senate Bills 1 and 2, which would expand the Freedom of Information Act, FOIA, to the legislature and the governor's office. For true government transparency, we must go beyond NDAs and also include FOIA protections. By adopting this amendment, we affirm the fundamental principle that government should be open and accessible to the people it serves. We are serious about restoring public trust. We cannot stop at prohibiting NDAs. We must also guarantee that our constituents have the right to access information about the decisions their legislators make on their behalf. This amendment ensures that transparency is not selective. It strengthens our democracy by making the government more open, responsible, and accountable. I urge my colleagues to please support this amendment and take a stand for transparency. Thank you.
The question is on the adoption of the amendment. The clerk will open the board. The amendment is not adopted. Are there further amendments? There being no further amendments, the question before the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Postumus.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House proceed to the order of third reading of bills and take up calendar item number 2, House Bill 4052.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Postumus.
And place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 2, House Bill 4052, introduced by Representative Carra, a bill to prohibit members of the legislature and certain legislative staff from entering into certain non-disclosure agreements. The people of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the Speaker recognizes Representative Wagala.
Madam Speaker, may I have permission to speak to both bills?
Without objection, so ordered.
I rise today in support of House Bill 4052 and 4053. These bills would prevent legislators and their staff from signing non-disclosure agreements related to work in their legislative capacity. This legislation is fundamental to our role as lawmakers. Over the last several years, we have seen the increasing use of NDAs around projects that give millions of public tax dollars to multi-million and multi-billion-dollar corporations. It is important for us to remember that these are public dollars and that we are public officials and that the public has a right to know how their money is being spent. The current practice is that in order to learn about the full scope of a project, legislators need to sign NDAs. And then doing so traps legislators in a code of silence around said project. These non-disclosure agreements stop us representatives from fully and transparently communicating with our constituents, and this practice has to end. Now, I want to give credit where credit is due, and I want to thank my colleague, the Speaker from the 42nd District, for bringing these bills forward. While we disagree on most things, if we're being honest, it's one thing to talk about transparency reforms, and it's another thing to bring them forward to a vote. And to quote his favorite movie, 1999 film Heat, well, you know, for me, the action is the juice, and I'm in.
Speaker recognizes Representative Carra.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Permission to speak to the entire package?
So ordered.
Thank you. This legislation is simple. It's to say that we should not be signing non-disclosure agreements in our legislative capacity, and neither should our staff. As public servants, we have a duty to be public and transparent about the work that we do with the hardworking dollars of the taxpayers. Now, I just want to make it clear that this bill is not about condemning those who have signed NDAs in the past. According to a recent Detroit News article, 1 in 5 members have signed a non-disclosure agreement. But from the conversations I've had with colleagues, most of them have regretted having signed them in the past, and this is something that has broad bipartisan support, and I encourage a yes vote. Thank you.
The question before the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor will vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. The clerk will close the board. Representative Leitner votes aye. Representative Tisdale. Representative Tisdale votes aye. The clerk will tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of House Bill 4052, there are 80 aye votes and 28 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted in favor, therefore, the bill has passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumus.
Move for immediate effect.
The Majority Floor Leader moves for immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumus.
Continuing on the order of third reading of bills, I move that the House take up calendar item number 3, House Bill 4053.
Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumus.
And place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar item number 3, House Bill 4053, introduced by Representative Wegela, a bill to provide definitions for the Non-Disclosure Agreement Act. The people of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There are no amendments. The question before the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. All those in favor vote aye. Those opposed, nay. The clerk will open the board. The clerk will close the board. Representative Steele votes aye. The clerk will tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of House Bill 4053, there are 91 aye votes and 17 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted in favor, therefore, the bill has passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumus.
I move for immediate effect.
Majority Floor Leader moves for immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Posthumus.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House proceed to the order of motions and resolutions and take up House Resolution 26.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Resolution number 26, introduced by Representative Wolford, a resolution to commemorate the 34th anniversary of the United States victory in the Gulf War and declare February 28, 2025 as Gulf War Victory Day in the state of Michigan.
Speaker recognizes Representative Wolford.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I rise to speak in support of my resolution commemorating this Friday, February 28th, as Gulf War Victory Day in the state of Michigan. The date will mark the 34th anniversary of the United States victory in the Gulf War, an event that came only 4 days after the U.S. Armed Forces began their ground assault during Operation Desert Storm. The Iraqi forces, which constituted the fourth largest standing army in the world at the time, surrendered in under 100 hours of battle. As the U.S. forces deployed to Saudi Arabia border, we were able to quickly and effectively repel the invasion of Kuwait and deter further conflict in the region. My resolution mentions these among several other notable facts about the conflict, further speaking to the impact of the war both globally and to our nation. The expedient and deadly action of our armed forces unequivocally demonstrated America's might to the world. The Gulf War saw America come to the defense of the international security and diplomacy as Marines, soldiers, sailors, and airmen, effectively united against adversarial forces that would have otherwise made a strategic region of the world turbulent and conducive to further threats to our homeland safety and security. Our nation's brave servicemen and women have exhibited selfless sacrifice, showed unwavering commitment to their country's cause, and helped us gain several vital allies, further securing peace and prosperity we enjoy today. The stability and the cooperation they helped establish in the Middle East has continued to benefit crucial foreign relations in America and still maintained to this day. In addition to offering a reminder of the several facts about the Gulf War and drawing attention to the impact of America's show of strength during conflict, this commemorative resolution is also an opportunity to express our gratitude for the service and the sacrifice of America's Gulf War veterans. This includes both many still with us in our society today, including my fellow colleague, Representative Hoadley, and those who gave the last full measure of devotion nearly 3.5 decades ago. Among the 154 casualties that battle in the United States suffered, we ought to be ever mindful and appreciative every day of our Gulf War veterans, their contribution to the banner of freedom at the expense of their comfort, their time, and their families, and for some, their lives. Thank you.
The question before the House is the adoption of House Resolution 26. All those in favor of the resolution will say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. The resolution is adopted. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Postumus.
Continuing on the order of motions and resolutions, I move the House take up House Resolution 27.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Resolution number 27, introduced by Representative Pohutsky, a resolution to declare February 24th through March 2nd, 2025 as Eating Disorders Awareness Week in the state of Michigan.
The question before the House is the adoption of House Resolution 27. All those in favor of the resolution will say aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. The resolution is adopted. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Postumus.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move that the House, continuing on the order of motions and resolutions, I move the House take up House Resolution 28.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Resolution number 28, introduced by Representative Shriver, a resolution to condemn the Supreme Court of the United States decision in Obergefell versus Hodges.
The resolution is referred to the Committee on Government Operations. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Postumus.
Just to let the members know, there will be no further voting today, and when the House adjourns, it stands adjourned until Wednesday, February 26, 2025 at 6 p.m.
The House will stand at ease at the call of the chair.
There being no further business to come before the House, Representative Cernoglu moves that the House do now adjourn. Hearing no objection, the House will stand adjourned until Wednesday, February 26, 2025 at 6 o'clock p.m.